Good morning, my yarny friends. I just wanted to stop by today. My name is Jamie from Redbird Stitches, and I have a couple things I want to show you and give you a little update on what's going on. I was able to, as some of you know, I've been working on a baby project for my great niece. It's on the way in March. I finished all of her things, so it's so cute. I just want to show it to you before I go ahead and put it in the mail because it's a surprise. So I'm not going to post it anywhere until after I know her parents have received it. So let me go ahead and get started. These are the itty bitty teeny weeny booties. They are absolutely adorable. I put little buttons on the side and in the back. That's the back side of them. I put some stuffing in them so it kind of holds the shape. They're just so teeny tiny and cute. I can't believe it. When my daughter was born 20 plus years ago, her little foot was the size of my finger. So every time, I'm like measuring, okay, yes, that'll fit a newborn. It's funny how you look at things even many years later and still know that that was the size of your baby's foot. This is the little headband I made for her. It's so soft. I did a flower. The headband body part is from Bag a Day Crochet. I followed one of her tutorials, as well as the little flower. So I did the white to go with, I made a capelet for the dress that I made the little baby. So let me get the dress out next. Some of you have seen this, but I just want to show you the whole ensemble. This is the dress. And I fed a ribbon through the center part. It's a little crooked because it's been folded. So, whoops, still crooked. Anyway, the mama can fight with that. And then here's the back. I did a couple buttons, the same buttons. It's absolutely adorable. The bottom trim is the white with a little shell stitch. This as well was a Bag a Day Crochet tutorial I followed. Crystal is so easy to follow. I've been following her since I started to crochet, and her tutorials are just like the easiest. This is the little capelet I made for her because she's due in March. Actually she's due on St. Patrick's Day. I think that's hilarious. And so it'll be a little chilly still. So I thought maybe a little capelet would be easy because newborn babies are like, I don't know, dressing them is always a challenge because, they don't put their arm out strong yet. You have to go in and feed it through everything. So I thought, you know what, I think I'm gonna do a cape. At least, being a new mom, I remember trying to learn how to do that and it was just felt so weird, So I thought maybe a cape will be easier for the mom to, at least one less arm to feed through clothing. So that's the whole ensemble that I'm gonna send out. I love how it came out. I'm also working on some baby washcloths. So I'm working on a pink one now. This has a little bit of texture. It's a 2-row repeat. It is a triple crochet followed by a single crochet so that the triple crochet bumps out because you put a single crochet next to it. And then the next row is single crochet all the way across. See the bumps? Yeah, you can kind of see them there. So anyway, I was gonna do a couple washcloths. I think the next one I'm gonna do is like a little heart. We'll see what else I can come up with. So yeah, I'm gonna send a couple baby washcloths with her for that. And then I wanna trim that pink one with a little bit of a white, and it's got a little sparkle. Yeah, you can see the sparkle. So I was gonna trim it with some sparkle because girl, I know I love sparkle. So I'm gonna sit here and work on that. Now on the weekend, George took me to Winter Park. It's a city not far from my town. And it was just a beautiful day. it was dry and not humid, and it was about 75, 77 degrees, so it was nice. We went in the afternoon after our meeting in the morning, and we went. It's an eclectic town. It's the home of Rollins College, so it's a college town. Lots of shops and eateries. There is a fantastic French bakery. Yeah. So we each had a croissant and a cappuccino late afternoon, and it was delicious. We got to sit outside in the nice fresh sunshine and not be sweating, so that was always nice. So we walked around, and they had freshly planted the beautiful flowers in the park, because when we suffered the cold snap recently, a lot of our shrubbery and flowers all got decimated. I mean, there's so much. It's weird because Florida's typically always green. There's always some green someplace. And now you look around, and in the yards, it's all brown, and people are, it's just, ugh. I mean, I do appreciate a cold snap because we need to, freshen up the air and all that, but this was a very cold snap, so a lot of stuff died. So the park was replanted, and they had fresh Johnny jump ups and violets and just baby's breath. So it was just really pretty. I took a few pictures. They're on my phone right now, so and I'm recording from my phone, so I can't show you, but it was just a beautiful day, a bright sunny day. And of course, just having a chance to visit with my hubby and walk in the park was good for both of us. But one of the stores I visited, they have a great bookstore there, and I love bookstores. I mean, I do read a lot online. However, I really enjoy an actual book in my hands, and so I splurged. Everyday Knitting, the complete beginner's guide. And this is one of my favorite kind of books. They're the DK books. It's I can't remember the Durling. I don't remember the name to be able to. Kinderly is the K. I can't remember what the D stands for. But anyway, they do tons of books, a ton of fact books. My daughter used to have tons of DK books growing up. So this book is phenomenal. It teaches you all the different basic stitches. It has like 20 projects, easy projects to follow. And of course, one of them is washcloths. So I think I'm going to try my hand at knitting a washcloth next. There is casting on, and then, the different stitches, like I said. And also it shows the difference between the straight needles versus knitting in the round, decreasing, increasing, how to knit with the circular needles, just all the basics. And I was like, oh yeah, because I have a couple books for knitting, but I don't have a basics guidebook that I can, refer to, because like I said, I learned to crochet out of books, and then I tuned into YouTube. So this book is really comprehensive, and it was like $23 with tax. It has cable stitches in it, making lace. So I'm really looking forward to using this this book. Also has all the abbreviations for knitting, which is helpful when you're trying to read a pattern. And even like asking questions, like if you don't know the terminology, it's kind of hard to ask a question. It also has how to read a chart when you're doing the knitting, and I just started to do that with crochet. So there's some things that carry over from one craft to the other, but it's definitely different than what I'm used to. So I am looking forward to it. Like I said, I think I'm going to cast on some stitches and go for it with a little washcloth, because I showed you guys my big bulky yarn. It's just a panel of stitches because I have to learn, you know, I have to practice. So I'm looking forward to that. And then, let me see, I'm looking for a page in here. It also teaches you how to connect rows, like sewing rows together, blocking your work, which is similar to the crochet blocking. So yeah, I was really excited to get the book. So my husband said, "Oh, you got another book, huh?" Because half the time when we go thrifting, I always find books, but I don't always, like I said, I love a good book, but I said to him, I said, well, I know it's expensive, but for all the books that I've saved money on buying in the thrift store, you know, it kind of evens out. That's girl math, if you know what I mean. So anyway, now this was my biggest draw to this book. And it's the instructions on if you drop a stitch, how to fix it. And that's the part that I'm always worried about because I don't know how to fix that. And also it teaches you how to put a lifeline in. So like when you're doing increases, you know, so you put a lifeline in so many rows so that if you make a mistake, you don't have to go, you know, undo all your rows to get that to that, you know, past that section. So that was interesting too. So I'm excited. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Teaches you how to count stitches correctly, all that great stuff. So this is the book if you're interested. Like I said, it was like, well, it says the US price was $24.99. The Canadian price was $33.99 and the UK was 20 euros. So actually pounds. Yeah, because UK is pounds. So anyway, that is what I wanted to share with you. My aunt, she knits. That's my my mom's sister, my grandmother's daughter. And so I just want to show you one of her pieces of work. She asked me if I could go ahead and block it for her. She's not really sure how to do that. So isn't that a beautiful little scarf? She made it for her trip. Last year they went to Malta. And I took her to a fiber show last year, the same one we went to this year. And she says, well, I don't like how it curls on the end. And I said, well, I can go ahead and try and block it for you and see if that, you know, alleviates that a little bit. But I don't think it's curling that bad. I mean, that's just a normal, but I'll try it. I'll block it for her and see if she likes it a little bit better. I think she wants it like a little bit stretched out like that so you can see the pretty center of, you know, the columns. So I'm going to block it a little bit for her, not too much, but just a little bit so you can see the pretty work in between. So, and it's this yarn has got a little shimmer to it. I don't know if it'll show up on the camera. Yeah, it's got like tinsel. It's a tinsel to it. So so they're leaving at the end of this month for their trip to Amsterdam, the Netherlands, Bruges, Belgium, Amsterdam, and I don't know if they're going anywhere else, but it'll be chilly. It'll be, you know, spring, so it'll be chillier than here in Central Florida. So she asked me to do that for her, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. But I wanted to just stop by and give you guys a quick hello. I'm working on a headband for my mom. You guys saw the fingerless gloves and the little Sophia scarf. That's what I made. So this is it's the beginning of the headband. And I'm using the same stitch. It's called the Winterberry stitch. And it's the triple crochet followed by the single crochet. It's from MJ's Off the Hook. She's the one that came up with that. So this one is 97 chains, and then you do you do a single crochet after your chain, and then you start out with the pattern. So I'm going to start working on that today. And I just wanted to see what you guys are working on and show you what I'm working on. I'm just kind of bummed. My girlfriend from high school, she was supposed to come and visit me Thursday, but her dad, he's elderly, and he ended up not doing well. So she had to postpone her trip. Kind of sad about that, but you know, it's what happens. She wouldn't enjoy herself anyway because she'd be worried about her dad the whole time. So we're gonna postpone the trip and just wait for a better day. But it is frustrating, you know, when you have travel plans and stuff. You're excited. We've been looking forward to it, but like I said, it's too much to worry about him being home, and she's the main caregiver. It's a lot of responsibility on her. So and she's from upstate New York, which, you know, is such a draw to come here at this time of the year because it started, you know, snowing in late September. It's been cold. It's been a real rough winter. So yeah, but we'll wait. We'll see what happens and see what's going on. I'm just checking to see if you guys have changed over to your spring colors of yarn yet. And if you have any spring projects you're going to work on. I am glad that I got the baby items done. I'm going to finish up that one little project, the little, I'm crocheting while I'm talking. Sorry, I keep glancing down. I'm going to finish up the 2 washcloths and then I'm going to get it in the mail. So I can't wait to see their response. I hope they love it. Anyway, let me know what you guys are working on, what projects you've been doing. Show me some yarn, maybe. Trying to think what else is going on. I guess I'm just gonna get caught up and do some spring cleaning. I'm gonna keep on going. You know, I was getting the house ready for guests, so I'm gonna keep working on that. And if you guys have any projects, I'd love to see them. I'd love to see your comments. I appreciate those that have been engaging in the comment section. I really appreciate that. I do have a Instagram account. It's at Redbird Stitches. I'll link it in the description box, as well as my Etsy shop. I'm gonna change over all of my, I have some fall and winter stuff in there right now. So I was thinking about changing it over to some spring items. So if you could, you know, just pop by and give me a like, I would appreciate it. It helps with visibility on Etsy, and then also my Instagram as well. I post all my works, what I'm working on currently, unless it's like a surprise to somebody, then I have to wait until it's given, the gift is given. So the little girl, oh my goodness, it was so cute on Sunday. I was able to give her little, I crocheted a granny square in rainbow colors. It came out so cute, and she was so happy to have it. She's 4, and her mom's like, oh my gosh, she loves color. And so when I gave it to her, she just fell in love with it. It was so cute. She had her during our meeting. She had her grandfather emptying out her other bag and putting all her new stuff in her new bag. So I think it's safe to say it was a hit. So, and her mom sent me a picture of her wearing it the next day. So it was very nice. I appreciate it. You know, any crafter appreciates it when somebody, you know, you put something together for them, you make it with good intentions and a goodness in your heart, and to see somebody appreciate your work, it just overshadows anything else, you know. So I just wanted to let you guys know that she really loved her little bag. She wears it as a crossbody, and it looked really cute on her. So anyway, it matches her personality just perfectly. So let me know what you guys are gifting, what you're, you know, working on, what projects you're doing. Do you like doing wearables more, amigurumi? I typically stick along lines to not amigurumi, wearables and, you know, household goods. I like that kind of stuff. I do like amigurumi. I just don't do a lot of it. So, but I've been wanting to make the little birds. There's like these little rounded looking birds, and I love birds. So I was thinking of making a couple of those. I make chickens. I do candy corn. Stuff like that, but I haven't made the little cute little birds, so I might make a couple birds for my studio here. So anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope you have a fantastic day, and again, thank you so much for stopping by and saying hello. I'd love to see what projects you're working on, so you're welcome to send me a message. I would greatly appreciate that, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day, guys. Be kind to each other. The world is full of hardships and whatnot. So if we can just add a little bit of joy to somebody's life, it's important to do those things. So I appreciate it. Take care. Bye-bye.